Hey guys, welcome back to Life with 18 Cats and our live Let's Chat for the week. So, if you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we drop a little kitty video, go live, do an update, or whatever it is we do. And if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. It helps us to reach new viewers and to grow our channel and and help more people. So, speaking of which, that's kind of the topic today, is I wanted to just get in here and talk to you guys about getting involved, making a difference. I know that in a couple of the most recent lives and in a couple of chats, Wanda Miller, good friend of mine that's in here a lot, she has, in our chat with her, we've spoken about doing some presentations with different panels lately, and I wanted to kind of fill you guys in on that. And I do have a video of my last presentation to UC Davis, which I know that some people, apparently, I did not know this, just so you guys understand. I did not even know what UC Davis was until I did this presentation. I didn't do this presentation as an ally, I guess, per se, to UC Davis. I did this presentation because it's something that I felt strongly about, the subject matter, and when I realized what UC Davis was, I was very, very, very much into wanting to make them understand how important the animal-human bond is, and how important it is that them as animal welfare, in fact, one of the biggest, I believe, how them as animal welfare really need to look into working with human services in order to have integrated cat case management, like me and Wanda had talked about before. If any of you saw that video, you'll know, you'll at least know the reference. So, yeah, so that's kind of what I want to get into here. I do have my video, and I wanted to share that with you guys, and we'll get to that here in a few minutes. But yeah, let's just start off and just say hi real quick. Jenna, are you with me?
Now I am. Hi, Kim. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Jenna. Yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everybody, and I know everybody wants to say hi to Jenna because Jenna's such a lovely, beautiful woman there. Catitude, hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Catitude. How you doing? Good to have you here.
Hi, Catitude. Thanks for being. She's always the first one in our chats. I really appreciate seeing her there. It's encouraging for us as new streamers.
Nice. Yeah, it is. Thank you so much for that. Believe me, it means more than you'll ever know. Let's see. Mary's Mother Jones. Happy Wednesday to you, Kim, and beautiful fur babies. Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday to you too, and thank you so much for being here. I've got Pebbles with me this morning. Pamela Morris. Hi, Pamela. Hello to everyone. How are you doing? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Are you gonna do it, Jenna? Hi, Frog. How are you?
I'm still a little slow between the screens. Okay. I'm hoping one day when the frog shows up, have that ribbit ready for you, Kim.
Okay. Teresa Summers. Hi, Kim and Jenna and kitties. Hi, Teresa. How you doing? Good to have you here. And Charlene, I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say that the last name is Campo, and you'll have to just let me know if I'm right or not. And the reason why I think it's Campo is because I actually went to high school with a girl that had a last name that was very, very close to this. It was Archambault, but it was spelled the same at the end. So I'm just going to go on a limb there and correct me if I'm wrong. But hi, Charlene. How are you doing? And we have Jenna. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Jenna. Yay. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, this is just like I said before, I'm doing this live just because I wanted to be able to interact with you guys if you guys wanted to come in for it. Otherwise, I would be doing the same video, except for I'd be sitting here by myself just recording it in front of the camera. So I thought, well, why not? Let's just go live. And if we can interact with some people, it makes it more fun. So it gives you guys a chance to interact more too. And I know that that's fun for you guys as well. So let's get into this. Did you have the one graphic, Jenna?
Did you want your presentation, I don't know, which way, or the graphic? Because I have the presentation loaded in as well. When you want to play that, it's about 3 minutes.
Why don't I set that up and then it's about 3 minutes long, guys. It's not a real long video. It was just, there was 3 of us that presented to UC Davis, and what we're doing is telling our stories about our experience with animal welfare in the past, how it's gone wrong, and how it needs to change in order to, I guess, be more, I'm trying to think of the word here, to me, be more human friendly, I guess, because right now animal welfare is literally just that, which I get. No, don't get me wrong. I understand that, well, animal welfare's only sole purpose is to look out for the animals and do what's in their best interest. But I don't think anybody, even with the best intentions in mind at the beginning, I don't think anybody was considering the fact that that there's a human life involved in this, and how incredibly, yes, it's pronounced like it's French. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you so much, Shirley. I just saw that in the chat. I wanted to make sure I got that right. But there's a human life that's involved in this too, and sometimes you don't know how impacted that human life might be when you're solely focused on animal welfare. And yeah, so I'm going to have Jenna go ahead and cue up this video. We're just going to sit back. I'm going to let you go ahead and watch it. I apologize if there's a little bit of shoddy internet, because this is before I got my actual internet wired into the house, so we were still working on my Wi-Fi on my phone. So here you go. Yep, California call. There we go. Okay, so hi everybody. Nice to be here. My name is Kim Olson, as she said. I am a person with lived experience. I am a recovering addict of 8 years. I have also been through homelessness a few times. The most recent time would have been 2 years ago. I was actually homeless for 6 months with, sorry about the kitties in the background, with 16 cats at the time. And I luckily had a job, but I was forced into a hotel room for 6 months with all 16 cats, and I basically had to hide. It was the most terrifying experience of my life, because every single day I went to work, I had to be fearful that I would go home that day and find that someone had found out about my cats in the hotel room, and that I would be met with animal protection there, taking my cats away from me, which that leads me into, my cats are important to me because when I was actively using, I lost custody of my kids like most addicts do. And as a parent, that was devastating. And I'm sure a lot of people would be able to relate to this, but when that happens, you kind of lose the will to go on. You really do, because your sole purpose of living is being a parent, and suddenly that's gone. So I had to figure out a way to get out of bed every morning. And I ended up getting a cat, and then I got another cat, and then I got another cat, and I realized that they were something I could, I guess, direct my care to, and they gave me a reason to get up in the morning. So I've said this a million times, and I will say this until the day I die. People always tell me that I rescued my cats, but I can assure you, my cats are the reason why I am walking, talking, and breathing today. So had that have happened in that 6 months when I was homeless, if I had lost my cats, I can't guarantee that I would be here today. I really can't. The scariest part about that was the fact that there was nobody to speak up for me. There is no available integrated case management. And so there would have been nothing I could do about it. I would have just lost everything that meant anything to me. I would have lost the only things that cared about me when nobody else did. And I would have lost basically my reason. And so it was a terrifying, terrifying time. I am very fortunate in the fact that I managed through that 6 months. And I was lucky enough to get relocated for my job and to buy a house, and things have been okay since then. Like she said, I started a YouTube channel that's called Life with 18 Cats Unedited, because it's exactly what it is. It's my life with my cats and the joy they bring me, and it's unedited. I don't edit my videos. I just do daily life with them. I do morning check-ins, and people seem to love it, which makes me very happy. And yeah, that's kind of where I come from and my experience with things. And it's not a long story, but it was a scary story. So I'm a very big fan of integrated case management, finding a way to, in situations like that, or anything remotely like that, where people have somebody to turn to, an advocate that can speak on their behalf, and the importance of keeping, animals and their owners together, because sometimes it really is a matter of life and death for the human. And I think that's very important to understand, and for people to realize how big the bond can be. So yeah, I think that's everything. I'm muted. Sorry. I'm not used to
You
that.
got it.
I got it.
Okay.
I looked all of a sudden. I looked down. I was like, wait, there's a red line through the microphone. Anyways, thank you very much, Jenna, for playing that. I appreciate it.
No problem.
And I'm glad to see that Wanda's here, so she can kind of. If anybody has any questions or anything in the comments, please, Wanda, feel free to assist me in answering those questions because you know way more about it than I do. I'm still learning at this point. Um, but again, the purpose of this Let's Chat is I just want to sit down and just talk to you guys about how important it is that we actually use our voices and we get involved in things, even on a small level. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's no such thing as small involvement when it comes to making a change in the world. Um, I'm not just sitting here doing a YouTube channel making cat videos. I mean, I literally did this because I wanted to change the perspective that people have on on cat ownership, especially. That's kind of where I come from, is the cat ownership part and the stigma, how you get stigmatized for that. Um, so, yeah, Wanda, there you go. Wanda was just pointing out that the whole presentation, I can only speak on my own behalf here on the channel. Wanda did a presentation, and another person did a presentation during that panel presentation, and all three of us did a wonderful job, I think. And we started with my story because my story was, yes, terrifying. Yes, it was awful, and it shouldn't have happened that way. However, I walked out of there having kept all of my animals together, and excuse me, was able to walk out of there with a much better situation. So my story had a happy ending, no matter how terrifying the middle was. My story had a happy ending. Um, the other two people that, including one that presented, weren't as fortunate, and that's very, very sad. It's very unnecessary, and it needs to change. So that's how I feel about that. But I started this channel because I wanted to change people's perspective on how they see people that own cats. Because, like I said before, I've said this a million times, and I will continue to say it. I will say it over and over again because that's how change happens, is by making sure that your point is made. In my experience, the only two things that are representative in media is going to be either the beautiful mansion or beautiful house that's well kept with a whole slew of people on there for a production team on a show and blah blah blah, that have made a house look amazing and immaculate, and they have all these cats and all these beautiful things all over the house that looks like it's just a wonderland, and then the other side of the table is hoarders. But in my experience, I don't ever see anybody representing the reality, the middle ground. Those of us that actually have multiple cats in our houses don't smell like litter boxes. Why? Because we clean our house. Does it look like those mansions in Beverly Hills? No. And I wouldn't want my house to look like that, because quite honestly, those houses look like museums to me. And that's not a comfortable place for me. I mean, some people that might be the only place they're comfortable, and that's great. And I don't have anything against that. I'm just saying that there's a vast majority of us who have animals, and we have homes. It's not a house. It's not a museum. It's a home. It looks lived in. It is lived in. And you know what? I've seen people that only have kids and no pets, whose houses look so awful. And it's not because of animals. It's because of the humans. So anytime you see those situations like on hoarders and whatnot, it's not the animals' fault. The animals didn't do that. The cats didn't do that. The people did. And that's what a lot of people don't keep in mind. And then they want to blame cats and say cats are these messy and nasty creatures. They're not. Cats are not animals that you need to bathe on a regular basis unless there's some kind of situation that requires it. Now, fleas, yes, you give flea baths. Cats that go outside a lot and whatever and get really dirty, yes, you're going to occasionally give them a bath, and usually you're going to use the dry shampoo. You're not going to actually put them in the bathtub because they hate it. It's traumatic for them. Because they are clean creatures, they clean themselves constantly. I was just looking at chat. I'm trying to keep track of chat too, because things are coming up as I'm speaking. And Book Mouse brings up a couple of very good points along with Charlene. I'm dealing with that right now. Sorry, Jenna, I didn't mean to get ahead of you. I'm dealing with that right now. I'm moving out and so worried about them finding out how many cats I have. Most places don't accept pets, but some do. But it's only 2 cats. I have 4 cats. No, I understand. I'm with you. And I completely get why you're afraid right now, because, most people would be. And it doesn't matter what you prove to them or what you say to them, because there's such a stigma there. And because so many things have gone out that are negative in the field of cats, there's just no changing some people's minds. I mean, there really isn't. And I know that. I'm not here to change the entire world with my little YouTube channel. But if I can change a couple of people's minds, if I can make the situation better in just a small way, then I'll be able to just look back at my life and say I did something. I just want to do something for the good. I want to just make a difference that I leave the world. I want to leave the world a better place than what it was when I was here, if that makes sense to anybody. But back to Book Mouse. Book Mouse says white carpets and vacuumed homes, perfect looking. Exactly. And like I said, some people thrive in those environments, and that's great. And if you can have multiple pets and make your house look like that, I'm not saying that you're a liar. I'm not saying that you're not normal. I'm saying that does not represent the vast majority of normal animal life in a home. It's not. It is an exception to the rule. It's an exceptional exception to the rule, because God bless you if that's your situation. I am completely do not say, I'm not saying that that's not possible. I'm saying it's not realistic for the average person. Okay, just like hoarding is not realistic for the average person. There's a medium ground, and that's what I'm trying to point out. People get really mad. They're like, oh, you're saying that we can't have nice houses? No, I'm saying that the people that have houses like this, normal houses, are not represented, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, guys. I'm here to represent those of us that have lived in normal homes, because we have animals, and we still take care of a house. Because my house, if you guys see my house on a daily basis, I know you guys see things aren't always perfect. There's not I don't vacuum every single day. No. I mean, I vacuum probably every other day, especially because why? Who's coming to my house? Nobody. If I don't vacuum for one day, the cat hair on the floor, does that make my house, for being condemned? No. Get over it, people. It does not need to be that way. And then you have animal welfare, and that's where this presentation came in, because I was like, when I was offered the opportunity to speak on behalf of those of us who have suffered because their intentions, and we all know the road to hell is paved with good intentions. There's a reason why that's a saying. There's an absolute reason, because it really is. And it's not because somebody wanted to hurt somebody. In fact, at the end of our presentation, I am not going to try to give you an exact quote, because I can't do that, but I will paraphrase. At the end of our presentation, one of the panel members actually came on and apologized on behalf of the animal welfare community, because they heard our stories and they thought, oh my gosh, this is what happens to people, and you've been hurt by us, and that was not our intention. And I know that. If I thought it was their intention, I wouldn't have wasted my time and tried to do a presentation to people that obviously don't care. If they were willing to listen, then you know what? That means there's room for change, and good change. And that's the point of this. So I just want to get it out there, you guys. If you guys ever have an opportunity, if you have an opportunity to make the world a little bit better, it doesn't matter how. And it doesn't have to be about, just animals in any way, shape, or form. Smile at somebody, hold the door open for somebody, things like that. Just something. Just always try to do something that at the end of the day you can look back and say, you know what? I left the world a better place than I found it when I woke up this morning. That's all I'm saying. Let's see if we have anybody that has some things to add to this, because I don't want to just sit on my soapbox. But listen, I will. The one thing I'm learning right now, and I'm learning this from both Jenna and from Wanda, is that I have this platform here, and I do have a voice, and I do have something to say. And so once in a while, guys, I am going to get on my soapbox and I am going to preach it, because you know what? It needs to be said sometimes. And you're going to, some people are going to agree with me and some people are not going to agree with me. And that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about the world and the internet. Not everybody has to agree with everybody. Everybody can have different opinions. Here's what makes it work, is when the different opinions can all be heard, discussed, and acknowledged and respected. That's where the beauty of things come in. It doesn't have to be an argument. Somebody wants to come in here and say, hey, I don't agree with you. I'm going to say, really? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. What's your, how do you see this? And I want to hear what they have to say, because you know what? If there's another side to things, I want to hear it. I want to know more. I want to be educated. At the end of the day, I want to be, not only do I want to leave the world a better place than I found it when I got up this morning, I want to be a better person than I was when I woke up this morning. And if that means hearing another side of things, seeing something from a different person, different point of view, and going, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was a perspective here, I feel like I'm a smarter person. Great. It doesn't mean that I just gave up my opinion. It just means that I just gained a new insight to life. And who's gonna be harmed in that? People always think that just because you listen to somebody else's point of view, you're for some reason giving up how you feel. That's not the case. You're just adding more knowledge to your own life. And I think that's a great and wonderful thing. So I think everybody should just listen sometimes. Yes, do the speaking. Yes, do the talking, but listen as well, because somebody else might have something that you didn't think of. And that doesn't mean that they're right and you're wrong. It just means that you're both right. And how cool is that? So there, that's my soapbox. Sorry, guys.
Well said, Kim. Well said.
Okay. Okay, so let's just go through some chat, because I want to get other people's perspectives on this too. Like I was just saying, I'm not going to just say it, I'm going to live it. So, let's see. Social services can take your children away if your home isn't right. Bookmouse, you are absolutely right. And Lord knows I know that. It's one of the reasons why I have my cats, because, they came in and took my kids, not because of what I actually had done, because they were afraid of what I might be capable of doing. So there. Wanda, Bookmouse, CPS can take kids away, but they seldom do, because human services recognize that families should be kept intact. Now, okay, so Wanda, on that note, they will take your kids, but what they do is they give you every opportunity in the world to get them back, even in situations where the parent has no business getting the kids back. But I get what they're doing, because CPS has to, and I understand their whole thing is they want to err on the side of caution, which I understand. I would rather them take a child out of a home just in case than to go, we don't really have enough to go on, so let's leave the kid there, and that kid is no longer with us. That is a sad situation. So I understand why they have to err on the side of caution. I do. I get it. However, they do a blanket thing and they don't look at all information yet. Like in my situation, my kids were never neglected. My kids were never harmed. My kids were never abused. In fact, my house was the house that all the kids in the neighborhood came to, because all the other parents were the ones that were just completely neglecting the kids, locking the kids out of their own houses because they were too busy and they're doing what they were doing and didn't want the kids in there. My house was always the one that the kids came to. So yes, I was an addict. However, I was a functioning addict, if that makes sense. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying that being an addict is anything good, because it's not. I know where it could have gone, and they were right. But they didn't take any of that, because there's a whole other side to the story that just, so they do take them, but they give them back if you follow what you're supposed to follow, which is great. What about the animals? And Wanda, I think, can speak to that. Animal welfare professionals generally don't care about the human-animal bond. Exactly. So there's no chance of getting your animal back once they take your animal from you, ever. And that's the sad reality of it. And that's exactly what I think is wrong, and that's why Wanda and I both feel very strongly about the integrated case management. We need to have a section of people that literally work in between those two to help keep the animal-human bond together. So, yeah. Let's see, Bookmouse. I'm just going to pull a couple up there, Jen, if you don't mind. If you're going through a nasty divorce, this threat can be very frightening. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Jenna and I have talked about this a couple of times, just recently. Not just divorce, but in my situation. Like I've talked about this before. In town, they have I guess, regulations that say that you can only have a certain amount of animals. Now, like I said, like I've told everybody before, law enforcement have been here to my house, not because I've done anything wrong, but because, well, when I moved down here, first thing that happened was Marcel fell into a void in the wall and got stuck. So I had to have the fire department, which when they came here, automatically, oh my gosh, excuse me, I have heartburn right now. When they came here, they actually had an officer with them. So here, the fire department and an officer had to come into my home, use use thermal imaging to find my cat stuck in a wall. So they weren't just in my house, they were all over in my house, crawling through attic space and everything else using thermal imaging, investigating every inch of my house. So they are fully aware of how many animals I have. However, if someone really wanted to be mean and just do something horrible to me for some reason, they could call the law enforcement. They could have law enforcement come to my house, and law enforcement at that point, law enforcement would have no choice but to enforce the regulations of the city. And I get that, but that's where integrated case management would come in handy, and that would be the person that would be there to speak on behalf, kind of like a guardian ad litem that they have for when there's a child involved with the case. So yeah, let's see. I love Catitude. You're so funny. I believe in soapboxes. Yeah, me too. Me too. A wonderful advocate. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I guess, like I said, I always forget that I have a platform and a voice and something to say. And so you saying that is actually very, very nice. And I appreciate that very much. That means a lot to me. Teresa, here we go. Teresa says, cats are very clean animals. I have 2 cats, Pip and Peppa. Oh, I love those names. Those are so cute. I love those so much. You want to pull out the Ruby Dawn one right after that, Jenna? Try not to take over and ruin your fun.
No, go for it. You're keeping up. You're doing great.
Okay.
I'm
Ruby
here for
Dawn.
you if you need me.
I love you so much, Jenna. Hi, I caught you live. You haven't heard from me because I have been going through it. Need help, but not getting it. I'm overwhelmed with cats, kittens, and no one interested in adopting. Really struggling. I am so sorry to hear that. That's got to be difficult. And when everybody puts everything on your shoulders and there's no one there to help you or be supportive, or I don't know. I don't know where you're located or what kind of things you're dealing with or how, numbers or anything. But if you want, not saying that I can do anything to help, but if you need somebody just to vent to or whatever about your situation, we do have our email address. You can always email that to me. And if there is something in your situation that I feel I have a resource I can forward your information to, I can always do that. Like I said, I can't guarantee I can help, but sometimes it just helps to have somebody just to vent everything to. So yeah, feel free to drop us an email if you want to, lifewith18cats@gmail.com. So I'm glad you're here, Ruby Dawn. I appreciate it. Let's see, Wanda. Just kidding. Okay, we need to also make it easier for people to do the right thing. I would rather have someone surrender an animal they can no longer care for than dump the animal on the street. And that's another thing. People, soapbox time. Okay, so if you have a baby, if you give birth to a child, you can literally walk up to a fire department, a hospital, or a church in some cases, walk right up there, right up to a human being, hand that baby over, and they will not ask you a single question, not your name, not the baby's name, not the baby's time of birth, not the baby's his. They won't even say anything. They will say thank you, and you walk away, and you can do that free of charge, and nothing ever happens to you. You don't get hit with any charges for child abandonment. You don't nothing. That's something that they've done in order to protect children's lives. Okay, cool. I'm for that. We don't have the same thing for animals. You can't just walk into a place and go, here's an animal, take it. They want a fee. You have to pay a fee in order to drop them off. Otherwise, they're like, no, we're not going to take it. So what are you left to do? Leave the animal on the street where it's going to get killed? Especially if you are dealing with a litter of kittens, you're supposed to leave those kittens in a basket outside the door. This is not a Disney cartoon. I'm sorry, it's not. I get it. I get what everybody wants to think that they can do. This is not a Disney cartoon. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. So we need to really start working on change with things. I mean, a lot of things. And like I said, I'm not here to change the whole world with my little YouTube channel. But like I said, at the end of the day, I just need to be able to go to bed at night and say, did I make the world a little bit better than it was when I woke up this morning? I always like to be able to say yes. I mean, at the very least, don't make it worse. Let's see, Wanda. Unfortunately, a lot of rescues force people to pay to surrender an animal or prevent the person from ever adopting again. Yeah, instead they should try to find a way to keep pets and people together. Yes, I agree. And one of the things that we pointed out, this isn't in the video that I played, but after all was said and done, there was a Q&A afterwards with the panel. And one of the things I pointed out, I said, I pointed out to them, I said, I think it's ridiculous that, you know, I have all these cats. Do I take care of them on a daily basis? Yes. And you guys know that. You guys see that. I don't keep anything from you guys. I'm an open book here. I take care of my cats. Now, if something were to happen, some emergency came up, let's just pretend like God forbid, an emergency happened with one of my cats and it required me to race them to the vet, and it was going to cost, and in order to save their life, it was going to cost me $1,000, which I had to pay right then and there because no vet's going to do it just on your, on your good looks. Do I have $1,000 sitting around? No, I don't. I do not have $1,000 sitting around. So what would I do then? Well, I can tell you what's available, and that is I can go to the Humane Society. I can bring that cat that needs help to that Humane Society, and guess what I can do? I can pay them between $20 and $50, depending on where you live, to surrender my animal to them. They're now going to go and get that animal all the medical treatment it needs. They're going to pay for it through funding. And then they're going to adopt my cat out. If my cat's adoptable at that point, maybe they'll just put it down. Who knows? But I'll never get that cat back. So basically, I just got punished for not having $1,000 sitting around to be able to just throw whatever. You know what? I'm a mom. I can tell you this. If one of my kids had gotten hurt, let's just pretend like we didn't have insurance. If one of my kids had gotten hurt and them getting medical treatment required me to have $1,000 just sitting around, guess what? I didn't have $1,000 sitting around for one of my kids either. And I don't know very many people that do. And if you do, you know what? I'm jealous. I'll be honest, I'm jealous. Most people do not have that just sitting around at their disposal. Nope. So yeah, that's one of the points I made to UC Davis was I thought it was really, really crappy that you have only option. You're basically punished and made to feel like a bad pet owner if they need medical attention and it's going to run a couple $100, couple $1,000, and you don't have that sitting around. Well, all the daily stuff that you did for all the years that you've had your animal, that means nothing because now you're a bad pet owner because you don't have $1,000 sitting around. That is, and you're going to have to just, pardon my French, is bullshit. Sorry. But that is, I'm going to call it like I see it in that situation. And yes, I feel very strongly about this because obviously you guys know how I feel about my cats. I am very, very much a good pet owner. I love my animals. My animals come first. And ever since I've been laid off, if you think that they have not been they've been more cared for than I care for myself. Why? Because I chose my position in life. They didn't. And so therefore, my resources, what little resources I have available to me right now, are going to get poured into them before I pour them into me. Have there been days since I've been laid off that they ate and I didn't? Yeah, there has been. But that's just how it is. So you're not going to tell me that I'm a bad pet owner at the end of the day just because I don't have $1,000, but animal welfare will. And that's just not nice. I see everybody's got something over here and I want to say, Teresa Summers, pets are more than animals. They're family. You're damn right they are. They are. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't have family anywhere near. This is my family, and this is what I count on a daily basis. And yeah, we actually have a rescue group here in New York that's trying to start a 24-hour no judgment drop off for cats. Great, Wanda, that's awesome. You got to keep me posted on that one as to how that goes, and if they actually succeed in it. Most shelters will tell you that they can't take any more surrenders. They don't care. Most of them are full. Yeah, you're right. They are. And then you've got the, and this is, I'm not going to go into this a lot today because this is not what this is about. Then you got the no-kill shelters, which are only no-kill shelters because they only take animals they know they can adopt out. And that's it. So if you have an animal that's not, I guess, worthwhile in their eyes, they just won't take it. Moving on. This example of lack of funds is why I just lost my soul cat last week. I'm so broken. Oh, honey, I am so sorry. I am so sorry to hear that. That is awful. That is terrible. I'm so sorry that happened, and I understand you being so broken. I don't blame you, not one bit, and we are all here for you. Like I said, if you just need, sometimes it helps just to have somebody just to just vent everything to. So you're gonna make me cry because I know exactly how you feel, and I'm so sorry that happened to you, honey. I really am. That's awful. And these are the things we have to change, guys. This is the things. This is why I say, if you have an opportunity to speak out, in a respectful and responsible way. I don't want nobody marching on the Capitol like some people do, but if you can do it in a responsible and beneficial way, please speak out. Do something. She was my paralyzed girl. Oh, I'm trying to her. Oh, yes, I do know. Okay, she was my paralyzed girl. I'm trying to go. I'm so sorry, honey. I really am. That's so sad. Educating children and bringing them up with an empathy for animals is important so the future generation, or at least some, have a different attitude and understanding of their needs. I agree 100%, Susan. Very good point. Very good point. Yep. I mean, and that kind of goes across the board for about a lot of things in life. We got to teach children early about a lot of things, and that's just empathy for animals, empathy for other people. Listen, we have, I'm not going to be the person that says that, that it was so much better when I was a kid, because you know what? Every generation says that. Because you know what? Yeah, to me, life was better when I was a kid. You know why? Because that's when I was growing up. That's what I was taught. And I look at the kids these days and I'm like, how the heck are these kids, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what, but that's how they're brought up. That's what they know, and that's what they're comfortable with, and that's where they're happy. So yes, Book Mouse, yes. Yes, he is. He is sitting up there just keeping an eye on things right now. And you guys are right. It's not a stream unless Kim cries, because you know what? Every time. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad for you, Ruby. Wanda, full shelters are another reason why they need to shift to providing resources for folks to keep their pets rather than put them in shelters. Yeah, and then that was my whole point with the whole medical thing. If they have the funding to take care of those animals, why is the requirement that we have to give them up? That's ridiculous. Ruby, that's why I'm sharing this live. Change is slow, but this is how it works. Talking about it honestly. You're right, Ruby. You're right. You're absolutely 100% right. I couldn't have said it better. I'm gonna leave it at that, because you know what? You said it just fine. Yep. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do this Let's Chat. I just wanted to sit down with you guys and let you know what I'm doing. Wanda, correct me if I'm wrong. The next thing we were planning on speaking for is the Maddie's. Was it Maddie's? I forgot what it's called. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Wanda. You have to remind me now. I can't remember what it's called. And it's not because I don't care. It's because I just have so many things going on in my head that all of a sudden I forget my own name most days. You guys have heard me mess up the cats' names half the time. They're my cats. But yeah, me and Wanda have more presentations coming up that we're going to be talking about same kind of things. I don't know. So I think UC Davis has another opportunity for us to come and speak again on basically the same subject. But if I understand correctly, this last time we Maddie's Fund. Thank you, Wanda. The last time, I don't remember how many people were on the panel that we spoke in front of, but I think it was like 10 or so. The next time, if we do this again, I guess the next panel we speak in front of would be close to, did I read that right, Wanda? 300, possibly? You're going to definitely just correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I thought that's what I read in the deal that I saw. And while we're waiting for that, no one should lose their beloved pet because of lack of funds. Breaks my heart to think that this can happen in America. And that's it. That's exactly it. Like I said, you guys see how I am with my cats. Could you imagine if something came up with one of my cats and they desperately needed some kind of medical care that was a matter of life and death? My only option, literally, and this is me of all people, my only option, if something happened to one of my animals today, that was a matter of life or death, my only option in front of all you guys sitting here right now, I would have no choice but to surrender one of my cats to the Humane Society and walk away. That's the only option I would have, because I don't have $1,000 just sitting around available to me. I don't. So yeah, if that happened to me, I would have to surrender one of the cats that you guys see on a daily basis that we all love. I would have no choice. I would lose one. And not because I'm a bad pet owner. Okay, I think we can all agree on that. Because of the way the system's set up. And that's the change I want to make. That's the change I want to help make. So, yeah. So Maddie's fund, and yes, about 300. So yes, if we go ahead and do this next presentation, just so you guys know, we will be doing it again, and we will be doing it on the same subject. And now that I've gotten the first one out of my way and I'm not so nervous, I've got a little bit more, I guess, confidence, kind of like with this channel. If you guys will go back and watch my first videos, I was not very confident. Now I'm sitting here in front of you guys just getting on a soapbox and talking like nobody's business, because, you know, I've gotten used to it. And so the next time I do a presentation, and it hopefully we'll be doing the one with UC Davis. It will be in front of 300 and plus people. And I'll be doing my damnedest to speak on behalf of all of us and start making a change. Maddie's Fund is a foundation that gives money to animal welfare organizations. They're very committed to maintaining the human-animal bond. There you go. Now you guys know what Maddie's Fund is. So, and that's what we're going to be, that's one of the things we're going to be working toward in 2024. So just so you guys know, that's what we are doing. That's what we are trying to, I don't know, I guess that's what we're trying to change in life, is just how people see things. Well, I'm trying to change how people see things here on this channel. And with the help of Wanda, who has been an absolute, Wanda, I can't thank you enough for bringing me into this stuff and giving me the opportunity to help try to make change possible. You know, on behalf of, you know, Ruby and anybody else that's going through it right now. I'm going to do my damnedest. I'm going to do my damnedest to get things changed. All the animal ERs out there make you pay up front, and that could be thousands of dollars, and it's sad. Yeah, Catitude, you're absolutely right. Like I said, I mean, I really want to drive this point home. Let's just say for the sake of argument, let's say I went to go outside and get the mail. Okay, now this isn't going to happen because it doesn't happen. Let's just say I go to the door and I go to get the mail. Happens to be a squirrel in the front yard that takes off just at the right moment, catches one of my cat's attentions. My cat bolts out the door before I can grab him, runs out into the street. I'm going to cry. Runs out to the street, gets hit by a car. Let's just pretend that happened. As soon as I get off stream, I go to get the mail and this happens. Let's just say it happened to Sherlock. Let's just pretend that happened to Sherlock today. You guys would never see Sherlock again. I would never see Sherlock again. Because I don't have $1,000 sitting here to take him and get him treated. And doesn't nobody care? Yes, God forbid, book mouse, but I'm trying to give you guys a good, I'm trying to drive this point home so you understand how important this is. Even me, none of us would ever see Sherlock again, because the only option I would have at that point, in order to save his life, would be to bring him to the Humane Society and surrender him in order to get him the medical help he needed. And then they would take him from me and I would never see him again, and neither would any of you. That is how messed up this system is. Because I'm not a bad pet owner. I'm not an irresponsible pet owner. So if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. And so that's what I want to change. And hopefully you guys are behind me on this. I really hope you guys are. Hello, Tater Tot. Are you trying to say hi? Hello, honey. I see you. Yes, I do. If Tater Tot's trying to say hi. Do you want to say hi? Honey, do you want to say hi? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hello. I am Tater Tot. And I don't want to leave my mommy, and nobody wants to leave their mommy, huh? Or their daddy. No. Good girl. Exactly, Wanda. Yourself. Oh my God, Jenna.
See, I got you laughing, didn't I? I got you laughing.
You got me. Oh my God, she just scared because I'm looking at Tater Tot, but she's not making any sound. How's she doing that?
Had to get a smile out of you, Kim.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Jenna, for that.
We love you.
With the person with lived experience working group. that I was chair of. I stalked him on YouTube and invited her to the group. This group is no more, but we're continuing the work. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thank you, Wanda. Again, I can't listen. Wanda has been a wonderful woman. She brought me into this, and she's given me so many opportunities to try to make change. And so, yes. Kim, would you consider drawing some cat pictures and selling them on your website? I really love how you draw. I draw so simple and cute. Example, like the ones on your wall behind you. Oh my. um, I mean, I could. This is the thing. I'm like, I could do these things. The problem is what if a lot of people? I'm one of those people I can only draw when I feel like it. So like it took me the entire time of doing that. Oh, Ruby, I'm so glad. Jenna, look at that. You got Ruby too. We definitely needed that attitude. Ruby, listen, nobody was trying to take away from what you're experiencing right now, but I think we all just need to take a deep breath and go, okay, what's happened has happened. Past is a past, and as much as it sucks, because believe me, my past sucks too, we can either wallow in it or we can learn from it and we can change it and make sure it never happens again. How about that? So if you're with me, that's what we're going to do. As far as, like I said about the drawings, I can draw when I feel like it. It took me like 3 weeks to do this room, and it wasn't until day last that I finally was like, okay, I feel like drawing today, and I finally did those 2. And I meant to do a whole bunch of them, but I was like, 2 is all I want to do. So, oh, let's see. Wanda, I've treated my cats myself with advice from rescue friends. I have a stray cat that had bloody paws in our SPC. I wouldn't treat him, so I care for myself. Yes. Barbara Cholak, good morning from California. Hi, Barbara. How are you doing? Glad you're here. How's the weather in California right now? I bet it's really nice. A lot nicer than it is out here. Hi, Tater. Yes, Tater is very lovely right now. She wants all the attention, don't you? Yes, you do. That's okay. You want all the attention, you can have all the attention. You're the only one asking for it right now. Yes. Well, except for all and the people on the TV, on the computer. Can we pay attention to the people on the computer for a couple more minutes? A couple more minutes, and then we'll do this. Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, Kim.
Yes, ma'am.
When one of the viewers was asking about your drawings,
yes,
we are working on the new merch design, so there is that to look forward to, and that's with some drawings. So keep your eyes out, folks.
Listen, guys. Jenna is the queen of segues. Let me just tell you. I love that because I get on my soapbox and I forget about everything else that we had planned. And here I'm like, oh, whatever. And then Jenna's like, hey, there's an opening.
Well, it came up, it came up in the chat. So people are looking for your drawing. I was looking for your drawings and,
yep.
items that we could purchase.
You're right. I didn't even think about that one. So we just ended our first merch line. So for those of you that got some, I'm so excited to see what you guys think about them. Do me a favor when you get your merch. Do me a favor and please, if you're willing to share, and that, take a picture of you and your merch when you get it and email it to me, and because I would love to feature it on a future live stream and just show everybody. And yeah, so obviously, with your permission, but yeah, if you guys want to email me pictures of yourselves with your merch when you get them, that'd be great. Then the other thing, oh God, I've got heartburn so bad. I'm so sorry. We've got a new merch design that we just came up with, and we're working on getting it launched right now. I don't know a date. Do we have a date yet, Jenna, or have we not decided?
I don't believe so. I don't think we've decided on a date yet, but we probably will this week. We'll decide.
Yeah, sometime. Yep. We'll decide and we'll let you guys know as soon as we have a date for release, but yes. Allie, oh, sorry, but I didn't get notification. Your live had started so a bit late. Sending a lot of love to you and all the kitties. Well, I'm so glad you're here, Allie. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I love seeing your avatar. You know that. But yeah, so we'll have a new merch line coming out. Yay. Oh, let's see. We wouldn't let that happen. Teresa, listen, I know exactly what you're referring to, because I think I know that. If I came to you, I know if I just did an emergency live stream all of a sudden out of nowhere one day and said, you guys, here's what's going on, here's what's happening, I need you guys. You know what? I know you guys would be there. I know you would. And you have no idea how much how much it means to me to know that. So thank you, Teresa, for saying that, because it means, it literally means everything to me. So thank you guys. And yes, Barbara, I'm very jealous of your warm weather out there too, because the sun's out here, but it's still only like 30 degrees, so we're still below freezing, and it's just, you know, yuck. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. How's the weather where you're at, Jenna?
I was going to say it was even chilly here this morning. We actually had to put our heat on because it was kind of chilly. If it's below 70 degrees, it's chilly to us, you know? So I wake up and it's
The
68
dog
in
have
the
to close
house.
the
And
windows again.
I have a window open now, though. So I like to open the windows for the afternoon when it's warm. It's
Mm.
sunny, that's for sure.
Yes, I'm sure it is. So here's my mug for today. Just, I don't think that you guys have seen this one. This one's got the cute little black kitty on one side, and when you turn it around, it just says cat lover. And I know that's backwards to all of you, but or maybe it's not. I don't know. No, I mirrored my screen, didn't I? Yeah. -2 in Red Deer. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. Oh God, that's cold, girl. I know that's cold. I know. For those of you that don't know, I actually was born and raised in Minnesota, so I know what that feels like right there. Jenna, you're from the originally from the upper northeast, right?
Yes, I'm originally I was born in New Jersey and went to college up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So it wasn't until about 2016 that I came to the Sunshine State, but it's lovely. Highly
Mhm.
recommend it.
Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Um, yeah. So anyway, so that's my soapbox live stream for today. I just wanted you guys. I basically, the 18 Cats Foundation give Mr. Beast a run for his money. Listen, Wanda, if I thought for 1 second I could compete with Mr. Beast, that would be. Listen, I would. I wouldn't even want to compete with him. You know what? If I could get his attention, let's make that a goal, guys. This is why you need to hit the thumbs up. This is why we need you to share the videos, because you know what our goal can be. Let's get big enough to get Mr. Beast's attention, because that man is one of the biggest philanthropists out there. He wants to do good in the world, and if we get big enough to get his attention, you know what? It's entirely possible to be able to, you know, get some donations from him, and that would be a game changer for all of us in a lot of ways. So yeah, so hit the thumbs up, please. We need that. We need that done. Like I said before, the thumbs up, what that does is the more thumbs up you get on a video, the farther into the algorithm YouTube pushes you, and it pushes you out to new people. And let's get this as big as we can. Let's get out there and get big enough to get Mr. Beast's attention. Maybe we can get him to help us out and get some good going. That's not unrealistic. It really is not. A good idea, Wanda. Except for I'm not challenging Mr. Beast for anything. He'll win every time. I'm not doing that. Nope. If anyone can do it, Kim can, Ruby. Thank you. Listen, this is on you guys. I appreciate the vote of confidence there, but see, I can't do the thumbs up to push this in the algorithm. That's where I need you guys. This is where I need your help. Hit the thumbs up. Share the video on your social media. If you guys have Facebook, share it on Facebook. Just hit the share button and go and put it on your Facebook your feed. Make sure you're pushing all this out to other people, because the bigger we get, Kim, throw down the Mr. Beast challenge. Let's go. That's right. This is a Mr. Beast challenge right now. And I'm sorry, my stupid window. Listen, I don't know lighting yet, so just I'm gonna sit back. Don't get me excited. Yeah, let's do the Mr. Beast challenge here. Let's get big enough to get his attention and see if we can get some help from him to start making some change, guys. It's not unrealistic to think that. It can be done. Yep, it can be done. So here we go. I think that's it. That's all I was going to do today. Is that oh yeah, and I was going to remind you guys that this Sunday, the 10th, at Jenna, help me out. 1:00 Eastern.
I've got the graphic right here.
Yes, 1:00 Eastern time.
Yes,
on
1
Sunday.
PM.
See that handsome boy in that picture right there? That's my son. That's Jacob. We're going to do a live stream just introducing you guys to Jacob, give you guys a little bit of chance to, just meet my son and see see how much of a great person he is, and ask him questions if you want to about me. Don't worry, he loved to answer. Um, but yeah, we're doing that at 1 o'clock on Sunday. It will be available for all of you guys to watch while it's live, but as soon as it's done being live, we are putting that one up on the channel for replay by members only. So if you do not have a membership yet, you can member up for as little as $2.99 a month. And all that just goes right back into helping with the kitties. So it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all. And then we'll be announcing hang on. Give me a second. My brain's got to just reboot. We will be announcing a new merch line sometime in the next week for you guys. So yeah. Yes, Catitude. His cat's name is Granite. I have a grandbaby. That is the only grandbabies I will ever have, are the animals that my son and my daughter have. But yes, my son has a little boy kitty, and his name is Granite, and he's adorable. He's my little grandbaby, and I love him to death. I always make him send me Snapchats of him. I'm like, send me a picture of my baby. Kim, tell the story of Jacob teaching the kid. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I'll tell this really quick because I know Jenna's got things she's got to do this afternoon too. Pebbles, I know you guys haven't really heard it, but she has got a really weird meow. When she meows, and I'm going to try, listen, the best way I can describe it, when she meows, she kind of goes, meow. It's like that. Like she's got this weird meow. When we picked Pebbles and Oswald up, they were too small to be away from mom. Somebody had dropped this litter of kittens in a cardboard box on the side of the road, and it just so happened somebody found them. She had put it up on Facebook. I saw it, so I went and got two of the kitties. That's how I got Oswald and Pebbles. My son, being the smart kid he is, was aware that cats learn how to meow from their moms. So if you take a cat away from the mom way too early, they don't necessarily learn how to meow effectively or how to communicate with their meow. So we're driving home, and my son is in the back seat with Pebbles, or what became Pebbles. And all I heard from the back seat was my son back there just going, "Mah, mah." And I was like, "What in the heck are you doing?" So I go, "Jacob, what are you doing?" He goes, "Cats learn how to meow from their moms." I was like, and he goes, "So I figure these guys are too young to have learned how to meow from their moms. I'm just going to see if I can teach her how to meow funny." I'm like, oh my God, Jacob, what are you doing? Well, lo and behold, I now have a cat that meows like this. Meow. Yeah, he did it. He taught the cat how to meow in this really weird way. It is the weirdest meow I've ever heard a cat do, and it sounds exactly like what he was doing in the backseat of my car that day. Yeah. So my son is a very funny child. He is a very, very funny kid. He is very smart. He's got a very high IQ. In other words, he's very smart. He's always been a very smart person. He's always scored in like the top percentile of all of his tests and everything. And unfortunately, he's always been smarter than me. And so, but we'll tell a couple of those stories when we get him on here on Sunday, because I've got a couple of them that are great. And he used to love being smarter than me. He would literally argue with me and use words he knew damn well I didn't know. And I would have to look at him and go, "You know what, Jake? You can go to your room, and I'm going to go Google all the words that I don't understand what you just said. And if I find out that they mean what I think they mean, you're in big trouble." And he would literally walk away from me laughing to go to his room and wait for me to be pissed off because I found out what those words meant. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about, when he was like 12, 13 years old. So yeah, that's my son. So you guys, I think you guys will. I'm trying to hype this up because I think you guys will thoroughly enjoy his sense of humor. He is a great kid. He's wonderful, and I love him to death. And I mean, I love being around him because he just cracks me up. Allie, oh well, LOL, that's such a sweet, adorable story. Your son sounds like such a lovely person, just like you, Kim. Listen, he is hilarious. He got a sense of humor that I never got. When I think I'm funny, he knows he's funny. Yeah, he is, and he's real quick on his feet too. So yeah, I think you guys will really enjoy him. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun. So that's on Sunday. Yeah, that's something to look forward to, and then a new merch line coming up sometime in the next week. So I think that's all we've got, right, Jen? Am I forgetting anything?
No, I think you covered it all, Kim. This was a great chat. Thank you.
All right, and because you're with me, so you got to come on screen, Jenna, because you got to do it with me.
Oh man! All right.
So come on, you can't make
here
me
we go. Boo! I wouldn't leave you alone.
There she is.
I
Everybody
wouldn't
say hi
leave
to
you
Jenna.
alone. Hi, guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming to the live stream. And so, with all that being said, and all you wonderful people who haven't come in here, thank you guys so much for joining us for the live stream. I appreciate every one of you guys so much. Don't forget to leave the world a better place than you found it this morning. And with all that being said, we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.